In this class, we will start with the histology part. So, in that one, I will start with pancreas. So, sir have completed the basic aspect regarding the histology. What is meant by histology? Then, sir has finished exocrine glands. So, what is meant by exocrine and endocrine glands? When we come across the exocrine glands, these glands are called as a duct glands because they release their secretions or they release its substances into the duct or a opening present in a body surface. So ಯಾವ ಒಂದು ಗ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಡು ತನ್ನ ಸಕ್ರಿಷನ್ಸನ್ನು ಒಂದು ಡಕ್ಟಿಂದ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತಲ್ಲ or the gland which releases its secretion into the duct or a opening is called as a exocrine glands. So what are the example we study in these exocrine glands? The sweat glands, lacrimal glands, salivary glands, mammary glands, and the digestive glands. So in these digestive glands we see stomach, pancreas, and intestine. So this is about the exocrine gland. Then endocrine glands. The endocrine glands are commonly called as a ductless glands because they will secrete their products or a secretion like hormones. They will directly secrete these hormone into the bloods or ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ಏನನ್ನ ತನ್ನ ಸೆಕ್ರಿಷನನ್ನು ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಅಂಥ ಗ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಏನಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ? ಎಂಡೋಕ್ರೈನ್ ಗ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಎಂಡೋಕ್ರೈನ್ ಗ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಅ ಡಕ್ಟ್ಲೆಸ್ ಗ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್. Then what are the different glands we study under these endocrines? Those are pineal gland, pituitary gland, pancreas, ovaries, testes, thyroid, parathyroid, hypothalamus, adrenal glands. So these are all glands come under the endocrine part. So today we will start with the pancreas. These pancreas are considered as both exocrine as well as the endocrine because these pancreas it also releases its secretion into the duodenum. So it take a part in a exocrine function, and also along with this it will also take part as a endocrine gland because we found specialized structures in these pancreas. when we section when we took a section of the pancreas and observe it in a microscope, we will see cells. Those are called as the islets of Langerhans. So in these islets of Langerhans they mainly synthesize insulin. So these insulin or a production of insulin, it will come under the part of the endocrine. So these pancreas it is considered as both exocrine as well as the endocrine gland. So in this class in detail we'll study about this pancreas. So histology ಅಂತ ಬಂದಾಗ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಆ ಒಂದು ಗ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಡಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ಟೈಪ್ ಸೆಲ್ಸನ್ನ ನೀವು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ ಅಂತ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ? ಹಿಸ್ಟಾಲಜಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಈ ಒಂದು ಪ್ಯಾನ್ಕ್ರಿಯಾಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಆ ಒಂದು ಪ್ಯಾನ್ಕ್ರಿಯಾಸ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ತೆಗೆದಾಗ ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ಸೆಲ್ಸನ್ನು ನೀವು ನೋಡ್ತೀರಿ? So the study of the different types of cells is called as a histology. The pancreas. The pancreas is a pale yellow gland which is found in the region of the junction between the stomach and the duodenum. So when we see the digestive system of an human being, we will see the pancreas will be found in between the stomach or a junction between the stomach and the duodenum. ಸೊ ಡಿಯೋಡಿನಮ್ ಮತ್ತು ಸ್ಟಮಕ್ ನಡುಬರ ಕಡೆ ಏನು ಜಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ಯಾನ್ಕ್ರಿಯಾಸನ್ನು ನಾವು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ವೆನ್ ವಿ ಸಿ ದ ಪ್ಯಾನ್ಕ್ರಿಯಾಸ್ it has a pale yellow color. So it is a pale yellow gland found in the junction between the stomach and the duodenum. And Pancreas, it is a heterocrine gland which perform both exo as well as the endocrine function. So these pancreas are called as a heterocrine gland, means which performs a two one or one or more function, that is called as a heterocrine. So these pancreas is considered as a heterocrine gland because it perform both as a exocrine as well as a endocrine in function. Then the structure. So what is the structure of the pancreas? The pancreas is a rather diffuse gland which is a mixture of two histologically and functionally separate tissues. So when we see the pancreas, we see a two histologically and functionally separate tissues. So two different type of tissues will be found in these pancreas. Then the bulk of the gland is exocrine in function and is trained by a pancreatic duct that opens into the duodenum. So when we study about the exocrine part of the pancreas, where we see a pancreatic duct, so the duct opening or duct from the pancreas, it releases the secretion from the pancreas into the duodenum. So this is the exocrine function of the pancreas, because exocrine glands, their main role is to release the secretion into the ducts or a opening. Then the scattered among the exocrine cells are patches of tissues named islets of Langerhans. 1869. The name is given after the scientist Langerhans. So, after their discovery, and these consist of endocrine cells that discharge their secretion directly into the blood. So, when we see the structure of the pancreas, we see two histologically different tissues. One is exocrine in function, another one is endocrine in function. When we study the exocrine part, the pancreatic duct from the pancreas, it will release its secretion into the duodenum, whereas the endocrine part present in the pancreas, where we see a islets of Langerhans. So the name is given after the scientist Langerhans. So this part, it will take part in a endocrine function. So even the islets of Langerhans ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ, we see a three different type of cells in the islets of Langerhans. So these cells, they play a major role in a secretions of hormones. Then the exocrine part. So exocrine part ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, ಇದು digestive system secretion, it will come under the part of the exocrine part. So it is organized as a compound tubulo-alveolar gland consisting of long tubular serous alveoli. Their lining cells are packed with zymosan granules. In the outer zone of the cytoplasm of cell is found a highly organized, rough-surfaced endoplasmic reticulum. So, this type of ER is found in locations where there is rapid protein secretion for the export from the cells. So, this is the structure of the pancreas. In these pancreas, when we see these pancreas under the microscope or in detail we study the part of the pancreas, it looks like a tubio-alveolar gland, and it consists of a long tubular or a serous alveoli. So serous alveoli, and their lining are packed with the zymosan granules. So we see a granules called as a zymosan. So these pancreas, it is lined by a packed cells of a zymosan granules, and in the outer zone of the cytoplasm of the cell we see a endoplasmic reticulum, because these pancreatic duct, it secretes a protein. So due to this property in these pancreas we see a endoplasmic reticulum. Then this is the structure of the pancreas. So it will be found, or it is a yellow colored organ found in a junction of the intestine or a stomach and the duodenum. So these pancreas, it is a heterocrine gland, as it take part in the exocrine as well as the endocrine function. So it releases its secretion by the help of the pancreatic duct into the duodenum. Then the endocrine part. So already I have said the endocrine organs or glands are called as a ductless glands because they do not secrete their secretions into the ducts. Instead, they will secrete or release its secretion into the bloods or a blood vessel or a blood system. This part is unevenly scattered as a pancreatic islets of Langerhans. Each islet is a group of epithelial cells that are marked off from the alveolar portion by a thin reticular membrane. The islets is arranged in irregular anastomosing cords that are separated by closely applied labyrinthine blood capillaries. The islet capillaries are large and sinusoidal. So when we see the structure of the pancreas or a transverse section of the pancreas, we see two types of cells. Those are called as the acinal cells and the islets of Langerhans. So these islets of Langerhans, where we see a group of epithelial cells, and these epithelial cells, they are marked from the alveolar portion. Then these these pancreas, we see a blood capillaries present inside the islets of Langerhans. And when we see the islets of Langerhans, we found three different type of cells. There are, in these pancreas, we see three types of cells can be distinguished in islets on the basis of solubility and staining. So ಈ ಒಂದು ಟೈಪ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೆಲ್ಸನ್ನು ಯಾವುದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಬೇಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ ಅ ಸೊಲ್ಯುಬಿಲಿಟಿ. ವೆನ್ ದ ಗ್ರ್ಯಾನ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದೀಸ್ ಇಸ್ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ, ಅಂದರೆ ಈ ಒಂದು ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಇರ್ತಾವಲ್ಲ ಈ ಒಂದು ಇಸ್ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗರನ್ನು, ಅವನ್ನ ಸೊಲ್ಯುಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ವಿತ್ ದ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಫ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಆರ್ ದ ವಿತ್ ದ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಲ್ಕೋಹಾಲ್, ಅದರ ಬೇಸಿಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಸೆಲ್ಸನ್ನು ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಫೈ ಮಾಡ್ಯಾರ. ದೆನ್ and also from the based on a staining process. If the cells get more stained, then they will classified as A cells or a B cells or a D cells. So on the basis of the solubility and the staining, these cells present in the islets of Langerhans will be classified. So this is the pancreas histology. So when we take the cross section TS of the pancreas, we see two different type of cells. Those are called as the acinar cells and the islet cells. So these acinar cells, they will come under the exocrine part, whereas the islet cells, these are the endocrine in function. When we see the islet cells in detail, we found three different type of cells. So the classification of these endocrine cells will be done on the based on the solubility and the staining process. First one, that is alpha cells or A cells. These are fairly numerous in most islets. So ಈ ಒಂದು ಪ್ಯಾನ್ಕ್ರಿಯಾಸದ್ದು ಇಸ್ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ರಾನ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಎಂಡೋಕ್ರೈನ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಪ್ಯಾನ್ಕ್ರಿಯಾಸನ್ನು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಏನೇನು ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರನ್ನು ನೋಡ್ತೀರಿ ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಔಟರ್ ಒನ್, outer covering and outer envelope ಐತಲ್ಲ, those are called as the exocrine acini of pancreas. So inside these exocrine acini we found a endocrine islets of Langerhans. In these endocrine islets of Langerhans we see a cord of cells where some cells secrete the insulin into the blood vessels, and along with these cells we found capillaries, and again we see two types of cells, those are alpha cell and the delta cells. So totally when we see the transverse section of the islets of Langerhans we see three different type of cells, those are called as alpha cells, beta cells and the delta cells. The first one, alpha or A cell, these are fairly numerous in most islets. The alpha cells contain rather coarse granules which are colored red with acid fuchsin. The granules are soluble in water but not in alcohol. So as I already said, the distinguishing of the cells in these Langerhans will be based on a solubility and the staining procedure. So these alpha cells, they found fairly numerous in these Langerhans or islets of Langerhans. Then these alpha cells, they are coarse granules. These granules, they will be colored with the acid fuchsin. So when we put or when we stain the alpha cells with the acid fuchsin, it will get colored into red. Then these granules of the alpha cells, they will be get soluble in the water but not in the alcohol. Then the alpha cells main function is to produce or it is these cells are a source of a glucagon. ಸೊ ಈ ಒಂದು ಅಲ್ಫಾ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾವೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಗ್ಲೂಕೋಗಾನನ್ನು ಸಕ್ರೀಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾವು ಅಥವಾ ಸಿಂಥಸೈಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾವು, or these cells are the source of a glucagon. Then the second cells, those are called as a beta cells or a B cells. These are more numerous, forming 70% of a total islet cells and are aggregated in the middle part or a core of a islet. These secrete insulin hormone. ಸೊ ಈ ಒಂದು ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಯಾವುದು ಅಂದರೆ ಬೀಟಾ ಸೆಲ್ಸು. ಸೊ ಬೀಟಾ ಸೆಲ್ಸನ್ನು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಇಸ್ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗರಾನ್ದು ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಥವಾ ಕೋರ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಈ ಒಂದು ಬೀಟಾ ಸೆಲ್ಸನ್ನು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ವೆನ್ ವಿ ಸಿ ದ cells of islets of Langerhans, the 70% of the cells is covered by the beta cells, and these beta cells, they play a major role in a synthesis or a secretion of the insulin hormone. Then third type of cell, that is delta cells or a D cells. These cells constitute about 5 to 10% of total pancreatic endocrine tissues and are locally peripherally or cortex in the islet. These cells secrete somatostatin hormone, which is identical to somatostatin secreted by hypothalamus for a negative regulation of growth hormone. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲೇನು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಡೆಲ್ಟಾ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ದಿಸ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಟೈಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಫೌಂಡ್ ಇನ್ ಇಸ್ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗರಾನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಫೌಂಡ್ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಫೌಂಡ್ ಅಪ್ ಟು 5 to 10% ಇನ್ ದ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಪ್ಯಾನ್ಕ್ರಿಯಾಟಿಕ್ endocrine cell tissue or islets. In the islets of Langerhans we see a 5 to 10% of these delta cells, and these delta cells will be present in the cortex part of the islets of Langerhans, and these delta cells, they synthesize a hormone called as a somatostatin. So these somatostatin are called as a growth inhibiting hormone. So basically these somatostatin, it is produced by the pituitary, anterior pituitary will synthesize the somatostatin. So it is the somatostatin produced by the delta cells. It is more similar to that of the pituitary secreted somatostatin. So these somatostatin, it is considered as a growth inhibiting hormone. So these somatostatin, they play a major role in the negative regulation of a growth hormone which is secreted by the anterior pituitary. Somatostatin inhibits both insulin and glucagon secretion. So ಇದರದ್ದು ಮೇನ್ ರೋಲ್ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಸೊಮ್ಯಾಟೋಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಟಿನನ್ನು ಸಿಂಥಸೈಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದು. ಆದರೆ ಈ ಸೊಮ್ಯಾಟೋಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಟಿನ್ದು ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಇನ್ಹಿಬಿಟ್ ದ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಇನ್ಸುಲಿನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದ ಗ್ಲೂಕೋಗಾನ್ secretion. So this is the main property of the delta cell. Then the functions of the pancreas. The secretion of islet cells have regulatory effect on acinar cells. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಇಸ್ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗರಾನ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಆಗಿರುವಂಥ ಸೆಕ್ರೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಅದರದ್ದು ರೆಗ್ಯುಲೇಟರಿ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಎದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಎಸಿನಾರ್ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಎಕ್ಸೋಕ್ರೈನ್ part of the pancreas. Then insulin stimulates exocrine secretions of pancreas, while glucagon and somatostatin inhibit exocrine secretion of the pancreas. So the beta cell synthesize the insulin. So these insulin, it will stimulate the exocrine secretion, whereas the glucagon and the somatostatin of the beta cell and delta cell, they will inhibit the secretion of these exocrine, or exocrine secretion will be inhibited by these two hormones present in the islets of the Langerhans. So this is about the pancreas, or histology regarding the pancreas. So these pancreas is a pale yellow gland that is found in the junction of the stomach and the duodenum, and these pancreas is considered as a heterocrine gland as it take part in a exocrine as well as the endocrine function. Then when we see the structure of the pancreas, we found when we see the histology of the pancreas, we found two different type of tissues, and they will be found two types of cells. Those are acinar cells and the islet cells. So these acinar cells present in the exocrine gland, they take part in a exocrine function, or the pancreatic duct, it will releases the secretion of the pancreas into the duodenum. So this is about the exocrine part, and they will be done by the acinar cells, whereas the endocrine part, where we see islets of Langerhans. These islets of Langerhans, they are outerly covered by the exocrine acinar cells, and in the inside we see a bunch of we see a cords of Langerhans cells, where we in the Langerhans we see three different type of cells, and the types of cells will be done based on a solubility and the staining. So this is the structure or a histological slide of the pancreas, where we see acinar cells and the islet cells. The islet cells, it take a part in a endocrine function and have a three different type of cells. Those are called as a alpha cell, beta cell and the delta cell. The alpha cell, they are present in the numerous cells will be found of alpha cells, and they will be colored red when we put stain of when we stain with the acid fuchsin, and these granules will be soluble in water instead of the alcohol. Whereas the beta cell and these alpha cell, they take part in the secretion of the glucagon, whereas the beta cell, their main function is to secrete insulin, and these beta cells will be found in a core of the islets of Langerhans. Then delta cells. These delta cell, their main function is to produce hormone somatostatin. These somatostatin are called as a growth inhibiting hormone. So it is more similar to that of the hormone produced from the anterior pituitary, and it take part in a negative regulation of the growth hormone. Then, when we come across the function, these islets of Langerhans, their secretion, it regulate the acinar cells present in the exocrine part, and also the insulin, it will stimulate the exocrine secretion, whereas the glucagon and somatostatin produced from the alpha cell and the delta cell, they will inhibit the secretion of the exocrine. So this is about the pancreas. Thank you.